Greetings, everyone. This is LiminalityCarb, and today we're going to be playing through East 1, or as it says here, Ancient East Vanished, Omen. The East series is a game that I have been playing over on ReadyCheckRaideo, but I decided they should also fit well doing a replay for my YouTube channel, because I actually really enjoy these games. They're fun, they have a different playstyle across the series since the game has lasted since I think the 80s. So, with that, this is a PC remake of the first East game. I say remake because though the gameplay style is going to be the same as how it originally was, graphics are updated, as well as the music has been updated, and a few other minor things. I won't be able to point out all of them because I admittedly never played the original. However, East 1 and East 2, which we will get to after East 1 is done, both utilize what is known as a bump combat system. I'll get into more details of what that is as we progress, but for now, let's start the game. We will play in Chronicles mode. These are just two different versions of this game that have been remade. It effectively primarily just affects how the UI is laid out. When I went through before, I played it in Chronicles mode. In addition, there's one other thing I'm going to try to set in the options after we get started. Also, we're going to just play this on normal, because parts of this game can get hard, and in addition, I'm kind of making the game a little bit harder on myself because this game is based off of an 60 FPS clock speed, and I'll get more into that later. Light and Darkness, the disturbed and chaotic era. I won't lie, the harmonica song just sends chills down my spine from recognizing it in so many points of these games. As you can tell, we are just setting up a lot of things with this. Things that do not make sense right now, but they will in due time. It just may take 3 games for all of it to make sense. And here is our main character, Adol, who has just been shipwrecked. In front of this very ominous-looking tower. I may also have to adjust the volume on my side, because that was a little loud in my ears. Hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys. Dr. Bluto. Ah, good. You're awake. Don't strain yourself now. Your body is covered in bruises. So, you still hurting anywhere? Adol checked himself over. There was some pain, but nothing debilitating. Get some rest. You're in Barbados Port. I'm sorry, in a clinic in Barbados Port. I skipped over a line. Hey, Dad, is the stranger awake yet? Ah, Slav, you're early. How did the meeting go? Same as always. No real progress. Well, the patient's only just awoken. Glad to see you back among the living. Ah, yes. Where are my manners? My name is Bluto. I own and operate this clinic. This is my son, Slav. He found you collapsed on the beach and brought you here. We drove off the ray bowl that attacked you. It was a real close call. Adol told Slav his name and expressed his gratitude. Adol, eh? Good name. Don't recognize you, though. Where are you from? Adol explained that he journeyed from Pramalok to Esteria by boat. My word, you came from overseas? Amazing. You're the first man I know of to get past the Stormwall. What do you two think you're doing? Uh-oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. I'll chew you up, Slav, if you keep making comments like that. The man's wounded, you know. Shouldn't you leave him be? He needs his rest. That's my Ayla. Always keeping us in check. You make a good point, my dear. Yeah, okay. I'll stop talking his ear off. Rest up, Adol. But know this, I'm not done with you yet. Under the clinic's care, Adol recovered quickly. Several days later. And we can now move. So, if you note, I apparently don't actually have to set this, but if you note, in the upper left-hand corner, it's mentioning 143 FPS. I'm displaying that for a very specific reason. As I mentioned, the way this game's logic works is based off of 60 FPS. The game's logic engine is tied to its rendering engine, and it is expecting the game to run at 60 FPS. Because it's running at 143 FPS though, some bosses are going to be a lot crazier than they should be. Especially the final boss. I am going to try to show for at least the final boss, maybe some of the others, how it looks at this speed versus what is intended. The reason I'm playing the game at this is the first time I played through it was at this FPS, and I didn't realize until the final boss the mistake I had made. So I just want to record it again at that speed. With that, we just walk into Ayla, and we get a dialogue. Good morning, Adol. You seem to be in tip-top shape now. Still, you should probably take it easy for a bit, just in case. Well, I suppose a walk around town could do you some good. Just don't overexert yourself. For a boy your age who have slept so soundly, you must have quite a story to tell. Adol, the portside warehouse has become a home base for the town's militia. Slav should be there. He can answer any questions you might have. Just be careful not to do too much too soon. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat a little bit there. Listen, Adol, there are monsters outside town, so don't push your luck, okay? Sure, but let's talk again. Let's talk to Dr. Bluto. Schlaff is well on his way to making the town's militia a force to be reckoned with. He's always been one to insist on shouldering everyone else's burdens. A real stubborn one. He never listens to a single word I say. He reminds me of someone else in this room. Yep. So, as you can see, things don't always change when you talk to them. Sometimes talking to them multiple times will give you different dialogue, and I will try to get to that, but I will miss some dialogue as I'm going through this. But next, let's talk to Ayla. Adol, I know you're a strapping young lad and all, but please, don't overestimate yourself. We don't want you getting hurt again. Yep, same thing. I need healing. But you're not hurt. So yeah, if I actually was hurt, I can come here to get healed. In addition, I can ask for medicine, but unfortunately, we're out of the red digitalis plant needed to make herbs. But still, you shouldn't need any while you're in town, right? Well, you seem healthy enough to want to be up and about, but still, take care of yourself out there, okay? Will do. And bright sunlight, and Old Man George. Well now, who might you be? I see. So, you're the young man Dr. Bluto has been looking after. You must have been through a lot. You're looking very well. That's Bluto for you. There's a fortune teller who lives in Vienna, to the north. She predicted the Stormwall, the monsters, everything. If there's something you need to know, you should go visit her. She'll answer every question you could possibly have. Once you're feeling up to it, that is. Don't want your wounds to reopening after all. Same thing about the fortune teller. And we will get into... there is going to be combat in this game, because as you see, I have 20 HP, 200 experience, and 1,000 gold. But we will get into that later. For now, we're just, walking around town. Torrance, Schlaff is working hard to keep the town safe, but in the end, he may just be kidding himself. Rather than live in fear of a monster attack, wouldn't it be better for everyone in Barbados to move to Vienna? However hard we try, we're simply no match for the monsters if they attack us. We're done for. You should try talking some sense into that stubborn fool. With mesmerizing hair like yours, maybe he'd listen. Yeah, one note for Adol throughout all of these games. His defining characteristic is he has very red hair. That's it. Eventually they just call him red-haired Adol. Like, that is his only defining trait, apparently. Hey, mister, did you come from the mainland? Isn't the Stormwall really neato? I hope it stays forever. If it ever goes away, the girl next door will have to leave with her family. 3 cheers for the Stormwall! It's what got me my girlfriend. No, kid. No, I don't think things actually work the way you want them to. This is the town where I was born and raised. It's my home. To even consider leaving this place. But my child's safety is paramount. Perhaps Vienna, with its city wall, really is the place to be. This is the town where I was born and raised. It's my home. To even consider leaving this place. It's the same text, and I didn't even realize it. Alright. We got a nice little port. A puppy. I've been fishing here as long as I can remember. Since the Stormwall appeared, my catch has been consistently bigger than ever. I believe one would call that a mixed blessing. Yeah? Lisha headquarters. Oh, we'll head in there in a bit. We're just going to keep on taking a look around. Another puppy. Oh, hey, the girl next door. Daddy always talks about leaving Esteria, but why would I leave when I have so many good friends here? I think I'm going to go play with my friend next door. Also, if you notice, when people are behind walls, they sort of have this weird little dot texture just to let you know that there is someone over there, and you get it as well. It's their way of letting you see that this is a wall, but also not being hindered too much by the wall. I came here because I heard I could make a tidy profit in the local silver trade. Now I just want to go home. Damn Stormwall. May its stormy progeny all suffer uncomfortable bloating. You're from the mainland as well, aren't you? What brings you to Esteria? Well, I don't get to answer him, apparently. At one time, Barbados was swimming in traders like my husband, but they all tried to go home and got swallowed up by the storms. I'm just grateful to have my family here with me, though. That's enough to keep me happy. You're going to Vienna, no? Be careful of the monsters wandering the plains. Alright. Hey, a bar! There's gotta be something to do in a tavern, right? Such stunning red hair. You must be Adol, no? Dr. Bluto told me all about you. As you can see, we're on a bit of a break right now. The Stormwall's not conducive to tourism after all. Before the Stormwall appeared, this bar was always packed. I can handle being poor, but I really hate being bored all the time. I can get you something to drink anyway, though, if you'd like. What say you? I can't just sit around. Maybe I should ask Slav to let me join the militia. So, as a note, I'm just hitting up, and it keeps on alternating which one I'm talking to. Nice and quiet here with no customers, but it does start to take its toll after a time. Can't just sit around. Same thing. Okay, you are both just repeating now. This is the Armory, but it is locked, so can't do anything with the Armory yet. Oh, hi, person. Since the ships are all grounded, there's no work to be had at the harbor anymore. I'd been hoping to branch out into the silver trade, but that didn't exactly work out either. Bad luck all around. Guess it's a fisherman's life for me. Alright, over here is... Hey, I haven't talked to you yet. Things were great 6 months ago. Huge trade ships were coming in constantly. Barbados was flourishing. But these days, all we do is fish, fish, fish. I yearn for the way things were. I'm not sure this town can survive on fishing alone. It's only been 6 months, and we're already in a pretty bad way. Alright, no! I just want to go up the stairs, please, thank you. Is this... This is the doctor's, isn't it? Yeah, this is the doctor's. These little critters are called pickards. They've been raised as livestock here for generations. Their meat is absolutely delicious, but they're real easy prey for monsters. So we raise them here, where nothing can hurt them but us. Alright, you're just telling me about pickards again. Oh, I already talked to you, Fran. What about you? 6 months ago, monsters started showing up on the North Road. As a result, I haven't seen my friends in Vienna for quite some time. I wonder how they're doing these days. Vienna is protected by city walls, so it's a safer place to be. On the other hand, I hear they have some serious crime problems there. Lots of thievery. Watch out for the blue-headed demons out in the field. Be careless and you'll be dead. You're only human after all. If you're not sure about your chances for survival, then run away. Run like the wind. Alright. You're telling me the same thing. Alright, talk to you, Marco. So, this house? Yep, haven't been in here yet. My son and his wife live in Vienna. They keep asking me to go live with them, but they must be joking. This is my home. I could never leave here, no matter what the danger. At my age, I have no intention of finding a new home. I was born and raised here. I already talked to you, Marco. Oh, yes, also, controls are a little weird. I'm going to tell you what I have with my controls, but they probably will not match if you are playing this game. For me, L1 brings up this information, which tells me in the upper right the area I'm currently in, and the upper left gives me some more information about my stats. Tells me my strength and defense, but I already have HP and XP at the bottom, so I don't really need that. R1 does nothing, L2 does nothing, R2, however, brings up the menu that you'd expect to be on the equivalent of a start button. However, from here, you can go ahead and save. I'm going to start saving these over on Area 3. So, 22, we've saved at Barbados Port. Make sure you save frequently, because when you die, you go back to your last hard save. So you will need to make note of that. Speaking of notes, there is this note option where you can view some more information about all the people you've encountered. So, Dr. Bluto, the sole doctor in Barbados Port, nursed Adol back to health after he was found on Whitehorn Beach. Acts tough around his son, Slav, but turns to jelly around his nurse, Ayla. Nurse Ayla is the sole nurse at the clinic in Barbados Port. Kindly treated Adol's wounds after he was found. Generally very sweet, but when she gets mad, she's scary as hell. That may be why she's single. I will go through and read all these entries at another point, probably closer to end of episodes. But for now, we're going to actually try to make some progress in this episode. So, I was told to talk to Slav at the militia headquarters, so let's head in here. You're the one that Slav rescued, right? Fine red hair like yours is certainly a rarity here. So, you're Adol. Well, it's good to finally meet you. What's wrong? Did you need something? So, if I haven't made it clear yet, I'm not hitting a specific button to talk to these people. All I do is run into them, and it interacts with the person that I have run into. This will become more important when we get to the actual combat, which again is bump combat, and that'll make sense once you see what happens. Why, if it isn't Adol, you okay to be moving around like this? Or like that? Every time I stopped by, you were sound asleep. You must have been exhausted. So, heard any murmurings overseas about Esteria? I'd love to know what people are saying about us. Adol told Slav he'd heard the land was cursed. Cursed, huh? That's not really true, but it's not too far off. Guess we can't count on any support from the outside. If they think we're cursed over here, we've got to take action. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot, but I'll gladly answer any questions I can. Ask away. Let's ask about Barbados. Barbados is the only port town in Esteria. It used to be just a small fishing village until silver was discovered nearby. Then it boomed overnight. But ever since the Stormwall showed up, no ships can get in or out. Our exporting days are over. For now, it's just a fishing village again, for the time being anyway. At least everybody got some money from all the silver trade while it lasted, I guess. Esteria is a small island country. There are only a few towns here: Barbados, the walled city of Vienna, and Zepik village in the mountains. Not long ago, there's also a town called Rastin, but it got wiped out by the monsters after the mine closed. The place where I found you is called Whitehorn Beach. Mother of pearl pieces wash ashore there. Great place for a stroll, save for the monsters everywhere. What else? Oh yeah, Darm Tower, Esteria's claim to fame. sort of. It just seems to kiss the clouds, doesn't it? On clear days, you can see it all the way from Provolog. There are other touristy spots, but they've been infested with monsters ever since the Stormwall showed up. Damn thing really made life difficult for us. About that Stormwall. It appeared, let's see, about 6 months or so ago. First storm started on a night when some trade ships carrying silver set out from Barbados. Buffeted by the storm, the ships were obliterated. Washed ashore on Whitehorn Beach the next morning. We first thought it was an isolated incident, but the same fate's been met with every other ship since. That's how the Stormwall got its start, and now we Esterians are pretty much trapped here. Most people have just kind of resigned themselves to their fate, but me? I'm too stubborn for that. When the Stormwall appeared, monsters came with it. That's what attacked you on the day of the beat. We call that particular species Raybol. Monsters first appeared on the road up to the mountain, but soon started attacking villages. But they started attacking the villages soon after. Ugh. Barbados in particular was hit pretty badly. Vienna seemed just as vulnerable, but they got that wall around them, so they're much more secure. The peak was spared too, somehow. Supposedly kept the monsters out with some kind of mystical bell. We had nothing of the sort here though, so we have to take up arms and defend the town ourselves. Okay, I'm good. Alright, well you be sure to come back sometime. Let's see what is up here. Hey, there's someone up here. We watch the surrounding area from here. That way, if demons try to mount an attack, we can see them coming and get ready for it. I doubt they'll attack during the day, of course, but 'tis better to be safe than sorry, you know? It's tedious work, but somebody has to keep watch over the city, and that somebody is me. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Well, I think that's everything for the village. Talk to you. Yeah, that looks like that is everything for the village. Let's, make a save. Because again, like I said, save frequently. And here we go to the bump system. Adol attacks enemies by running into them. His sword is swung automatically without pressing any keys or buttons. The success of his attack is determined by his trajectory and/or angle of impact. A head-on strike will likely cause Adol to take damage, but if the enemy is struck off-center or from an odd angle, attacks will prove successful. Enemies can also be struck from behind or from the side with little risk of resistance, though this technique can backfire if Adol is pitted against an enemy with a large amount of health, since it will quickly turn to face its attacker. As it says, we don't want to attack head-on, we need to attack off-center, and that is the key of this bump system. Never go straight at the enemy, try to be just a hair off-center. However, I don't have a sword, so I might just immediately die. But as you see, you go just at an angle, you auto-attack, but I'm taking damage, so that's not going to work out for me. Let's go back to talk to the doctor. I need healing. What the heck happened to you? Didn't I keep telling you to rest? Miss Ayla, please take the reins on this one if you would. Yes, doctor. Administering antidote, medicating, emptying blood bucket, reviving, second attempt. There we go. Bandaging. It stung so badly as to bring Adol to tears. If you can put up with that, if you can put up with all that, that proves to me you got some spunk. Let's talk to Dr. Bluto. Alright, you're still saying the same thing. Alright. So, as you saw, without a weapon, I'm not going to be able to make any progress against the enemies out there. So, I already talked to you, Bluto, or Belto. Batello, I'm sorry. Anything else on the beach? A crab, but I can't interact with it. And we already saw I can't go into the armory. So, we will try going out. Yep, thank you for telling me about the bump system. But, right now, I've just got to kind of run from everything. Because, without a sword, I can't really kill anything. Right now, we're just sort of exploring, trying to make our way to the next town. Want to avoid those blue demons, as they said. West, Vienna Gate. 750 Melee. South, Barbados Port. 5, Cremeli. I'm assuming that's meters and kilometers. Well, we've made it to the next town. We just have to, you know, go around this cliffside, this precarious cliffside, to be able to actually get to the front entrance of the town. And we are now in, wrong button, the town of Vienna. Mister, are you a swordsman? Well, the fortune teller lady has been looking for a traveling swordsman. Please, go and see her. I saw Prim pick a ring off the ground the other day. Right after that, he went straight to his store and put it on the shelf. What kind of lowlife would just sell something he finds like that? All Prim cares about is profit. I bet the owner of that ring never even crossed his mind. Fortune teller's house is in the southwest corner of the town. You should go talk to her right away. Prim? If you find someone's valuables on the ground, you should make an effort to return them at least. Pim, not Prim. Okay, that's my confusion. He wasn't talking about the little girl there. Alright, on the other side of the northern pass, there's a huge bowl-shaped crater known as Bagu Baded. It seems to be where the thieves are coming from. Guess they made their hideout there. The city walls keep the monsters out, but no such luck with the thieves. Alright, so we know Pim has a ring that someone lost. You know that harmonic-playing poet who hangs around up on the ramparts? She's real pretty. And a song of hers is also real pretty. It's mesmerizing. Haven't heard it in a while, though. Just looking at her is a real feast for my eyes, but my ears are getting starved. Ah! Man, this is good stuff. Welcome. Oh my, a stranger. Don't worry, traveler. The city of Vienna is a safe haven from the monsters. You have nothing to worry about here. Don't worry, okay. Told me the same thing. Speak with whom? Let's speak to the bartender first. Ah, new face. From whence do you come, sir? Barbados, you say? Ah, you're the lad who crossed the Stormwall, then. I heard about you from members of the Barbados militia when they came here on their rounds. Sorry if I sounded a bit suspicious when I asked where you were from. Lately, there have been a lot of break-ins, so I thought maybe you were casing my establishment. Those damn thieves just come and go as they please. I think it's high time for a bit of hunting. Perhaps you'd care to join me? Alright, muscular man. Name's Garrick. Been hired by the city to track down those dirty thieves. Will you have a drink with me? Yeah, sure. I ain't learned much about the crooks, but I did find out long ago there were rototrees in Esteria. Never heard of a rototree before? Its seeds are said to be one of the finest delicacies of the world. I'd love to taste one, just once, before I die. Don't suppose you've come across any, have you? Alright, you're telling me about the rototrees again? One-eyed man. Would you hear out a humble patron of this fine watering hole? Sure. Somewhere in this general area, I lost a beautiful sapphire ring I'd purchased as a gift for my wife. Without it, I feel as if I can't even face her. Damnable thieves! I'll wager this is their doing. So we already heard about a ring that was found, so we might want to go deal with that in a bit. I'm Esteria's foremost tour guide. Or at least, I used to be. That blasted Stormwall and all the monsters have driven me right out of business. There was once an odd old man who wanted to tour the mountain ruins. This was before the Stormwall. He seemed to be a scholar, and said he planned on investigating Darm Tower. I hope he's okay. Have you visited the fortune teller's house? She may be young, she's good. If you're ever in need of advice or guidance, she can always set you on the right path. Alright, you're telling me the same thing. That poor old man and I parted ways. At the old shrine. I wonder if he's even still alive. I used to work in the silver mine, but 6 months ago, the tunnels were overrun by monsters. It's all because of those damn dumb monsters that I got nothing to do but drink up and out. I'll kill them. I'll mutilate them. Chop them to bits. I'll be all like, biff, bam, shrunk. Yeah, I know. They'll be the ones doing all that stuff. At least he's honest. He knows his own limitations. Let's see. I want to go over here first. This is Pimms Pawn. Oh, see something you need? Huh. Red hair is rare around here. You're not from around these parts, are you? I'm from the mainland myself. I got trapped on this lousy island by the Stormwall. I think I can cut you a good deal, since you're a fellow foreigner. You probably weren't aware, being an outsider and all, but this place has been crawling with thieves. And the thieves are no good for business at all. Even before the Stormwall, I had run-ins with them. Gold faces and silver armor, expensive stuff, you know? It's extremely annoying. I hope they catch the bastards who took them and hang them out to dry. Alright, same thing again. Well, he has a sapphire ring to offer. Wouldn't this sapphire ring be great to give to your girlfriend? I bet she'd be thrilled. It'll be 1,000 gold. So there's an important reason why I'm buying this, and you will see why in a second. So, yes, we're going to buy the sapphire ring. Oh, thank you. Alright, we're going to leave now. We don't need a wing or mirror. Not yet, at least. But let's go talk to the one-eyed man again. Found my ring at the pawn shop, and you brought it back? Thank you so much. I can actually face my wife again. Can't offer you much in return, but you have no idea what this means to me. So please, take this. I received 1,500 gold. So yeah, you buy the ring for 1,000, you get 1,500 back from the very grateful man. My ring's been found, everyone. Round of drinks on me. So, after I ended up recording this episode, I found out that apparently you can actually get the sapphire ring from Pim at a cheaper price. What you have to do is you actually have to just talk to him over and over and just cancel after you select the ring. Eventually, you'll break him down and he will sell you the ring for 900 gold. You can still turn it into the one-eyed man and get 1,500 gold for it. So that ends up giving you a total of 1,600 gold based off of what you had at the start, which will be enough to let you buy the sword, the armor, and the shield. I unfortunately wasn't able to do that, so you'll only see me buy 2 of the pieces later on. But I want to let you all know, in case you play this game, so that you don't have to go and farm for an extra 100 gold. Anyway, back to where we were. Alright. Well, Well, let's continue talking to people. I thought I tried selling an old gem at Pimms, but he and I couldn't see eye to eye on its value. What about this house? My father is the mayor of the Peak Village to the north. Lately, he's been a little preoccupied with something, though. Last time I saw him, he was all like, the villagers mustn't hear of this. Please, if you go to the Peak Village, would you talk to him for me? It's so unlike him to be so panicked and perturbed. What in the world could have put him in such a state? We'll find out eventually. You must not go to the mine. The monsters there are extremely powerful. You'll be killed for certain. It's fortunate for us that they never venture outside. Word is, they can't stand the daylight. I mean to talk to you, Tabitha, but listen to me. Warning a stranger not to set foot in a place no sane man would dare enter anyway. So, obviously we're going to end up going into there at some point. Before the monsters showed up, we used to always play under the huge tree in the plains, but we can't do that now. The grown-ups won't let us anywhere outside the city walls anymore. If I could just climb that tree one time, I'd never need to climb another one ever again. Since the monsters started showing up, all the children are prohibited from leaving the city. They look like they've grown tired of being cooped up here, but what else can we do? It's for their own good. Alright, you're telling me the same thing. My mother lives by herself in Barbados. I keep trying to tell her to move in with me, since it's so much safer inside the city walls, but she won't listen. I know she doesn't want to leave her lifelong home, but is it really worth the risk? I need to figure out a way to convince her. That's the old lady we were talking to earlier. Run into the kitty, you pet the kitty, and the kitty meows. My grandpa often tells me about Esteria fairy tales. I enjoy how I've changed this voice, like, throughout talking already. Well, my favorite one is about a silver sword used to defeat the army of monsters a long time ago. Remember that, silver sword. That will be important later. We're very fortunate to have Dr. Klaus in our city. His potions really hit the spot. Anytime there's an emergency, he's always there in a flash. He's a true hero to us all. But because he's always off on house calls, he's rarely at the clinic. I saw this really sculpted, scrumptious-looking man in the other day. Real debonair, too, with his black cape. But when he looked at me, I swear he was scared out of his mind. His eyes were almost inhuman. You're not too bad yourself, actually, but you might be a little young for what I have in mind. When the monsters started attacking, a lot of people moved here from Reston and Barbados Port. And yeah, Vienna's protected by our walls, but we can't just shut ourselves away in here. We've got to fight back. Not just monsters either, but thieves too. I swear it's one thing after another. Alright, same thing. Vienna has an ancient history. Supposedly, its walls were built a very long time ago. It's like a miracle that people back then could build huge stone ramparts like these. Actually, you probably have more. Makes you wonder how they managed it. On a day like this, when the weather is good, you can see Darm Tower clear as anything from the town's ramparts. It's amazing that our ancestors were able to build a tower that stretches up beyond the clouds. Go up the mountain road from the north village, and you'll see Darm Tower. The thieves are based out there, though, so take heed. And hey, sword symbol. Rossetti's weaponry. Ah, welcome. Let's speak to him. You have to be careful when fighting monsters. Never approach them head on. That's suicide. If you strike from the side or the back, even the toughest enemy can be taken down easily. Well, let's buy some weapons. A longsword. Longsword is well suited to combat, befitting a true swordsman. Its workmanship is top class. I don't have 2,000 gold. Let's buy a short sword then. The short sword is small, but it's light and easy to handle. Excellent choice for daily use. Yeah, it costs 500. I purchased the short sword. Ah, thank you. Alright, come again. Now remember to equip your sword, otherwise you don't actually have it. But if you notice, Adol's now carrying a little sword around. So that's neat. Let's look at some armor. Dios's Armory. Ah, welcome. Offense is a great luxury, but defense is an absolute necessity. As such, proper armor is vital. They say the best defense is good offense, but if the situation gets ugly, offense won't matter one whit. Let's buy armor. I'll already tell you now, we can't afford the plate and reflex, so let's just look at chainmail. It's made of knitted chain, easy to move around in, and well ventilated so as to not slow cook its wearer. 400 gold? Yeah, let's buy it. I purchased some chainmail. Thank you, use it well. And let's buy a shield. Small shield is made of reinforced wood. It's light and easy to use. 700, I don't have enough for the shield though. So we'll have to come back once we get some money. But, so we've upped our strength and defense by 5 each. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that is 50% more than what we had. And I will tell you, in these East games, small stat increases make a huge difference in this game. Ever since the silver mine on the mountain was closed, the cost of everything has risen so dramatically. Still, it's not like we could actually sell any of our silver goods, what with a Stormwall and all. And needs have to come before wants, you know? My mother and grandfather say they want to go back to their old home, and they look so sad about it. When the bats are gone, can we go back to Raston? We used to live in Raston Village until the monsters razed it to the ground anyway. I forgot to put a sentence break in that. The bats that come out from the mine at twilight aren't normal. They ferociously attack both humans and livestock. They're the primary culprits of the destruction of Raston. Anything in the back? Nope. Alright. My big brother was a miner, but he got attacked by a monster in one of the tunnels and barely made it out alive. He tried to fight back using his pickaxe, but didn't work too well. Sir? I know you're trying to get somewhere in a hurry, but I think you need to go around me. Stand aside, please. There are patients to be seen. Me? I'm Dr. Klaus. Please, let me pass. I really must hurry. If you're hurt, I'll examine you later. For now, please, stand aside. Still, he made it, and that's what really counts, right? Well, let's go see you in your clinic. Lisa. Hello. How may I help you? It's been quite busy in here ever since the monsters started showing up. People are always getting hurt. Dr. Klaus went to make a house call at Zapik Village, since they have no medical facility or staff there. Dr. Klaus is so busy, I rarely see him around the clinic these days. Though, Klaus and Bluto are the only doctors in all of Esteria, so really, I shouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't need healing, and I don't need medicine right now. Hello. I'm Rhea, a poet and troubadour. My priceless silver harmonica has been stolen, and I don't know what to do. I value it nearly as much as my own life. Up until now, I've been traveling in search of that perfect melody. I play ancient songs lost to the sands of time, dug from the depths of Esteria's long-forgotten past. But without my silver harmonica, I can play nary a single note. Swordsman, if you should learn any clues as to the whereabouts of my harmonica, would you please tell me? Anything at all, be it rumor or fact. Please. Alright, well, we need to find Rhea's silver harmonica. And hey, there's that tower off in the back distance. But nothing else to do on these ramparts. Alright, we've done most of the things we need to do in town. There is a fortune teller that we need to talk to, though. And we'll get to that in a second. But first, now that we have some armor and a weapon, I'm going to show you how bump combat is supposed to work. But first, on the other side of the northern pass, oh, I already talked to you about you, Baded. Alright. We are not going up north, we're going back down, because monsters do get stronger the farther you progress. So we need to backtrack a little bit. And one thing to note, you can save just about anywhere in this game, which is kind of nice. So we're not going to worry about the blue guys yet. First, we're going to start on the treants that we saw. Hey, there's one. 2 hits now, and it's gone. Actually, let's see. So I can take them out, but man, I gotta be a little careful. As you see, I'm down to 5 hit points already. But if you are good with your aim, as you saw there, you can just take these guys out without them touching you. And, once you stand still, you recover health. However, it doesn't always happen. Let me concern... Okay, yes. So it won't happen in dungeons, but it will happen when you're outside. This is a very important distinction. And as a note, you will need to do some grinding in this game. In East 1, the max level, I believe, is level... I'm not sure if it's level 10 or level 20. We'll find out later, but the max level isn't that high in East 1. You'll actually get to it probably about halfway through the game. And after that point, gear will be the most important thing that you can get. As you see, I took a lot of damage there, so we're going to stand still, and we're back to full. And we're 20 experience away from leveling, and we also have enough gold to go buy that shield. And monsters respawn when you are just slightly out of range. Alright, we need to kill about 4 more of those blue guys, or 7 more of the treants. We'll just do a mix of the two as we come across them, though. But yeah, I'm not actually hitting any buttons when I attack these people. I am just running into them, and that is the nature of bump combat. It seems a little weird at first, but once you get farther in, it actually starts feeling a lot better than it sounds. And hey, we leveled up. As you see, though, leveling up is not a free heal. And eventually, though I'm still getting 2 experience from these guys, eventually it's not going to be worth it to kill them. But also, hey, that blue demon died in 2 hits now. And I think the treants are dying in 1. Let's just do one last check to make sure I am correct about that statement. So, 1 hit for treant, 1, 2 for the blue guy. So yeah, 1 level, and suddenly the things out here are a joke. So that's just to illustrate again how important levels and gear are going to be in this game. It is very, very finely tuned for what level and what gear the game wants you to have at any given point. With this, though, we're going to make one more save. And we're now going to go talk to the, this is not the fortune teller's house. We're going to talk to the fortune teller. Oh my, It's you! You're not from Esteria, correct? Did you come here by crossing the Stormwall? Goodness! Thank you! I've waited so long for this day. You're the one whom I've been seeking. Please, get your equipment in order, then return here at once. I must beg a favor of you. Alright. So by that, what she means is you need to have a sword, armor, and a shield. The one thing we're missing is a shield. So, let's go ahead and buy that shield. We purchased a small shield. Thank you. Use it well. Now, let's just take a look at how much we need for the next level of things. It was 2,000 for the sword. For the plate mail, plate mail is made of numerous interlocking metal plates. Heavy, but it offers unparalleled defense. That's 2,000 gold sound. So that'll be 4,000 to buy armor and shield, or armor and weapon. Let's check the middle shield. The middle shield is made with leather wired into the frame. It's light and protects splendidly. Another 2,000. So I need 6,000 gold to get the next set of armor upgrade. Well, full gear upgrades, I should say. But with that, we have our equipment in order. Swordsman, thank you for returning. Tell me, are you familiar with the books of Ys? No, I am not. Ys was the name of an ancient kingdom that existed here ages ago. The lost history of the land is written within the books of Ys. It is unknown, however, who actually inscribed their words. But the 6 books detail the reason for Ys's fall from grace. My crystal ball tells me that one of the books is in the mountain shrine. Swordsman, will you seek the books? Sure, why not? We have nothing else to do. You will? Ah, Swordsman, you are truly the man I've been seeking. Thank you so very, very much. Please, take this with you. It will show you the way within the shrine. I've received Sarah's crystal. Please visit Jeba in the village of Zapik. She is my aunt. She knows a great deal about the history of Ys. I'm certain she will be of aid to you. Zapik village is to the northeast, just outside Vienna. You'll pass through it on the way to the shrine. Alright. So, we need to head over to Zapik village, talk to Jeba, and then we need to go ahead and enter the mountain shrine to see if we can find a book of Ys. But we will continue this and do all of that next time. Thank you all very much for watching, and take care.